Incumbent Mike Duggan is being challenged by State Senator Coleman Young II for Detroit mayor in an election in which fewer than a fifth of the city's 470,000 registered voters are expected at the polls. Only 13 to 18% voter turnout is expected for Tuesday's general election, according to city elections officials. Mike Duggan, who was first elected months after a state-appointed manager filed for Detroit's historic bankruptcy, is seeking a second four-year term against Young, whose iconic father, Coleman A. Young, was Detroit's first black mayor. In the nonpartisan August primary, Duggan got more than 67% of the vote to Young's nearly 27%. Duggan, a former chief of the Detroit Medical Center, was first elected in 2013 and became the first white mayor in the city since 1973. Young, who had been a state representative, was elected to the Michigan Senate in 2010. He ran unsuccessfully in a 2009 special mayoral primary to complete the second term of convicted ex-mayor Quayme Kilpatrick. Along with the mayor of Detroit, a number of suburban mayors are also facing challengers for their office. Dearborn Mayor Jack O'Reilly Jr. faces Councilman Tom Tefelsky, Pontiac Mayor Deirdre Waterman faces City Councilman Mark Holland, Dearborn Heights Mayor Dan Paletko squares off against Lisa Hicks Clayton, and Hamtramck incumbent Mayor Karen Majewski faces Councilman Mohammed Hassan. Voters in Wayne County will decide a medical marijuana ordinance in Detroit, designating areas for dispensaries, with a separate proposal to license and regulate the industry. Garden City wants to borrow money to improve streets. Southgate needs money to improve parks and recreation programs. Also a variety of school bond proposals in Garden City, Gibraltar, Lincoln, Northville, Taylor, Romulus, and Washtenaw districts. In Oakland County, voters in Clawson are being asked to approve over $2 million in bonds to improve sidewalks. Kiko Harbor asking for $4 million for police funding, and a change in the city charter allowing for the seizure of property used in a crime, with those proceeds going towards street repair. Pleasant Ridge wants money to fund police pensions. Avondale Schools asking voters to approve a $30 million bond, with other school funding proposal on the ballot in Madison Heights, Northville, Oxford, Royal Oak and Troy. In Macomb County, voters in Fraser decide a $3 million levy for public safety, senior programs and recreation. Ex-councilman Matt Hemmelberg ousted from council in September's council tribunal is among 5 candidates for 3 council seats. Armada, Centerline and Warren Woods School District also have funding proposals on today's ballot. Along with local elections and ballot proposals, voters in Harper Woods and the Upper Peninsula will be voting replacements for their state House representatives. Democrat Brian Banks resigned as part of a plea bargain in January on fraud charges, while John Cavella took his own life in May following a second drunk driving arrest. Both were re-elected last fall despite their troubles. Of the 75 counties holding local elections throughout Michigan, 49 of them will be using new election equipment made possible through the Secretary of State's office. The new voting machines have improved digital optical scan technology, making it easier to use for voters and election administrators. Upgraded software will also save county and local clerks time and money in preparing for elections and providing election results. All 83 counties will have the new voting machines in time for next year's midterm elections.